Hey everybody, this is Erica from a Classy Climb blog community talking about your choices affect and shape other people's lives. Before we start, check down below for the Classy Climb School or courses on how to start your business from scratch, how to hustle up more income, and how to live and design the American dream you love and deserve. Um, but I heard this out of one of Mitt Romney's speeches at a college graduation. And he was talking about how the choices we make affect people's lives, how they shape them. And not just your children watching you, but sometimes your family members, sometimes your coworkers, sometimes your friends. Like the choices we make to stand by a decision, whether it's entrepreneurship, being a business owner, deciding that, hey, this is going to be my life and I'm going to design it this way. And somewhere deep down inside, people are like, man, they're rooting for you, right? Because they know, man, that's bucking the trend. That's being different. Man, I hope that person makes it. And deep down, some people may be like, I hate that person. How dare them do something different? There's those people too. But at the end of the day, the choices you make shape people's lives. When you come to work and you don't give 100%, it falls on other people, especially in food service, retail, all those places, and it shapes people's lives. And I had a friend, she was working part-time at a retail place, and she said, man, people who work in retail are lazy, they're unmotivated, they're unorganized, and they just can't hack it in a real job. When really, in fact, really what it was is the people at her retail job were lazy, unorganized, and not working hard. Because there's a lot of people all over the country who work retail who are 36, 37 years old, and they're managers, and they're busting their butt, and they're making it the best place they can be. One time in Georgetown, Texas, there was a manager at Starbucks. Every time I saw her, she was putting in 100%. I mean, she's cleaning, she's wiping tables, she's making drinks, she's running around, hey, can I help you? Anything you need? And then I would see the employees, and they were just college students doing nothing. And it would bother me. But then I realized, like, it's okay because she's going to get her money either way, right? She's going to get her money, and someone's going to see this, and her going to get a promotion, a bigger promotion. And so I would literally say to her, like, hey, man, I love how hard you work. She looked at me weird one day and was like, okay, thanks. But that's the thing. Like, her work ethic will eventually shape someone's life. Someone will come in at Starbucks and go, yeah, I come here because of her. Or some of the employees will be like, I worked hard because my manager kicks butt. And she may not get it with the first batch of employees. She may not get it with the second batch. But knowing that shouldn't stop you from your purpose, right? In your goals. It shouldn't. So your decisions affect other people's lives. And so I remember going to a class, and I'd be late for it all the time, or I wouldn't show up. And my professor literally took me aside and said, Erica, I'm going to say this, and if I get in trouble, I don't care. You are the only minority person in this classroom of 39 people. And when you're late, when you don't show up, and you don't contribute your conversation, it makes a difference. And I laughed because I remember going to class sometimes, and it was me and another, the student was from Pakistan, or he was from somewhere in the Middle East, and he was quiet. He couldn't say anything. Like, he didn't want to, this was right around when we were first invading Iraq, and he was real quiet. And he was nervous to say anything. He didn't want to say anything. And I understand now why, he just didn't want to make waves. But at the time I'd go, what are you guys talking about? I come from an upper middle class family. All my family members are military or cops, and we own businesses. What are you talking about? And you could see the looks on some of the kids' faces in there, like they have never in their life met a brown person who, I guess, they just never, some of them never met a brown person, and other ones who never conceived that brown people didn't live in the projects or were in the rap videos. And I say that in all honesty, and people go, Erica, that's ridiculous. It isn't. I remember having friends who would go to parties, and people would cry, or people would be like, man, I never knew Black people could be so nice. And the guy didn't even know what to do. He was like, this is the weirdest thing anybody said to me. So he just promptly moved away from her and never spoke to her again, And so that's sad that we have these images people believe from music videos and TV and media. And this is part of the reason I do these videos, because there's so much negativity that people believe these narratives that are completely false. They believe that, all Black people are on welfare and do nothing and are lazy, when really in all actuality, that's not true. And so in that moment when that teacher pulled me aside, it made so much sense later, like, oh, like me coming to class late, me not being there, me not being able to contribute, he lost that one diverse voice in class. because there was a bunch of, like, I hate to say it, East Carolina that year, there were a bunch of country backwood hicks who had never met a black person. I promise you. They're from some counties who have maybe like 2 black people in it. I'm joking, but seriously, I mean, like, it was sad because sometimes he was talking about civil rights and like, and some of the kids would be like, well, I'm gonna defend my state's rights. And I'm like, you don't even know what that means. You heard some adult say that and you don't even know what it means. You don't know what it means. You don't know what it means. Then you're telling me to my face, you're gonna make people drink out of different water faucets. You're gonna make people live separate from you. And you sound stupid. So when I would come in that class and I would talk about my family businesses, I could tell it was infuriating some of the kids because it was like, you're only here because of affirmative action. And it makes, I'm going to be careful, it makes people who feel bad or who are lower income white people, or they go, well, you're only here because of affirmative action and you're taking a spot for someone else. And that's not true. It just wasn't true. So unfortunately, me being in that classroom broke that for them. They couldn't hold on to that lie anymore. So this is Erica from the Classy Climb blog. Your choices affect other people. They shape their lives. Your choice to be in your nieces and nephews' lives and your family's lives and show positive, positive people, and also challenge them on the bull crap. I know a lot of people out there have brothers or sisters who have multiple children, or they're single parents, and you have to say, listen, it works best with 2 parents at home. Regardless if they want to hear that or not, it's the truth. And as long as you know that you're okay saying that, like, I appreciate what you're doing. I think you're a great parent, but it still works better with 2 parents, or it just works better to focus on growing a business. Whenever you still say that truth and you still display it in front of their kids, I think you're doing everybody a great deal of service there. So again, this is Erica from the Classy Climb blog. Your choices, they do shape other people's lives. So be careful out there, people. All right, bye.